So would you say you're the sort of person that tends to see things from the bright side of life? You know, like effervescent, kind of cheerful. Oh, well, you know, if that goes wrong, then it's okay. Something better will come along next time. Or are you one of those people that kind of go through life a little bit cautiously, like predicting the worst outcome so that if it happens, you're prepared? So you're like, okay, if I keep seeing this person, what if they behave like this? Or what if this happened? Or if I took this job, like what if the commute didn't work out? Or I need to think ahead of time, like what could potentially go wrong so that I can navigate it if it happens. Now, if you're the second type of person, I think, now you can disagree, which is fine. I think that you're living more from a negative standpoint. I think that you are overthinking things to a negative, on a more negative sense than you are a positive sense. And I think that you could potentially living in like a victim mentality. And I think victim mentality is like the worst thing you can do, because you're outsourcing your power to another person or situation, because you, a victim now, unless of course you've suffered some abuse or you've been the victim of a crime or a horrendous medical diagnosis, that's completely different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you're 40 pounds overweight, you've had a series of crappy relationships, you hate your job, like you never have enough money, you always feel like, you know, there's always one thing after another going on in your life. I'm talking about that type of attitude, like where it just feels like no matter what you do, just it's always someone else's fault. Like you just seem to be a victim of your circumstances the whole time. Now, when you do that and you think, well, there's just no good guys out there, or, you know, well, I'm stuck in this dead end job because it's the only way I can pay my bills. I'm not like those lucky people who are born into money, or I don't really have any talent. So, you know, I'm just going to have to suck this up and this is my life and woe is me. And, you know, like, or you get fired from your job and you're like, well, it's my boss's fault. He was not a great person. Or, oh, that relationship ended, you know, it's all the other person's fault. They were horrible to me. They cheated on me. They treated me like rubbish. And I'm just going to go around sort of feeling really woe is me. I'm probably not going to meet anyone good anyway. I'm not going to go out tonight. I won't meet anyone, or I'm not going to have a good time. So I'm just going to stay in. Or you fall out with a friend and, oh, it's their fault, you know. So I think when you're living in that space, you're basically just inviting these situations to happen to you. You're not taking any control for your own life. You're putting it in other people's hands. It's always someone else's fault. You're not taking responsibility for the fact that you probably contributed to it because nothing happens in a vacuum. Everything is a co-creation of us and our external circumstances. Now, we can't control other people, but we can control ourselves and we can control our attitude. Now, where I think victim mentality is the worst is when you actually lose something that you really love. So say your partner that you just was so in love with and they just walk out the door one day and they leave you. Or, you know, one of your best friends who you really care deeply about inside, like sort of has started pulling away and they're not really wanting to be in contact with you anymore. Or it could be a family member, or it could be, you know, like a career path, whatever it is. When you lose something that you really love, I think it's even harder to take responsibility because it hurts so much to think that you could have been the one to cause this loss. And I think especially in those situations, it's even easier just to blame the other person because it outsources like what you could have possibly done to actually keep that person in your life or keep that career going. And in those times, I think it's even more important that you realize that you're not a victim in this circumstance, that actually you contributed to this event happening or this person leaving. Because if you don't take responsibility, the same thing's gonna happen again. Now, you could just shut down and be like, well, that's it. I'm just, obviously having my own business isn't for me. Or I'm just not going to date ever again. Never getting married again, never going to date again. So maybe instead of taking responsibility, you think, well, it's the other person's fault. I don't want to get my heart broken again. I'm not going to put myself out there. I'm just going to close myself off. How about instead you think, oh my God, like I just made the biggest mistake. I treated this person badly. I got complacent. I was contemptuous towards them. I really said some quite nasty things to my friend. Why did I yell at her that way? Or like the career path, like, oh my God, I shouldn't have made that investment. Whatever it is, to take that ownership and be like, okay, I'm not going to make the same mistake next time. I'm going to work on myself so that I can come into my next relationship knowing that I'm deserving of love, knowing that I can talk kindly to the next person I'm with, I'm worthy of love, and I'm not going to make the same mistake again. Might make different ones, but as long as you're like constantly learning and constantly evolving, that is the bravest thing you can do, is to admit your shortcomings. And I think when you do that, it's such a powerful move to make, because you're no longer in that victim space anymore. You're in a space of creation. You can create a better relationship next time because you're going to be a better person, or you're not going to make the same mistakes in your business already because you've already learned that mistake. You're not going to make the same mistake again. And try and take these low moments and think, how can I use this as a catalyst for more positive experiences in the future? And in order to do that, you have to realize that no matter what mistakes you've made, no matter how you might have sort of let your demons creep to the surface and affect your behavior with another person, like, no matter what you've done in the past, you are worthy and deserving of everything that you want. If it's love, if it's a thriving business of your own, if it's mending relationships with your family, you're deserving of those things. And knowing that you're deserving means not punishing yourself for your future mistakes, and instead thinking, that was a really hard lesson, but I'm grateful for the lesson because I'm going to be a better person now. And next time, I have someone I love in my life, I'm gonna know what to do to be the best version of myself in that relationship. And what the other person does, we're not in control of. You can't control whether someone stays or leaves, but you can control your own behavior. And if someone leaves you and you think, oh, I put so much work into myself, I wasn't perfect, because no one is, but I can leave this situation knowing that truly I had my end of the bargain covered, because I really did try my best. I'm a good person. I did not speak down to them. I did not treat them with contempt. I did not speak to them in a horrible way. I did not, I really brought my best self. I was respectful, loving, and they've left me. And you know what? They're obviously just not the right person. Or, okay, this business idea is not working, but maybe another one will. Maybe this is a redirection into something that's going to be even more successful, or something that I'm going to love doing even more. So taking that attitude puts you in a creator space, in a creator role, and it's going to protect you from those feelings of negativity, because negativity has a particular vibration, just as love, joy, and abundance do. And if you learn from your lessons and go in with an abundance mindset to create better next time, you're going to attract better. And you're going to find, and it's such a fun game, because when you actually do have that attitude, you will see things shifting in your reality. Like, you'll get opportunities or like suddenly sort of start coming out of nowhere. Like, you'll bump into someone that you like in a coffee shop, or you'll hear from a friend you haven't heard from in a while, or you'll meet a new coworker that you get on great with, or a business idea suddenly comes to you and you action it, and then before you know it, you've got 5 new clients. You'll find these inspired actions like coming into your aura because you've set the intention to not be a victim, but to be a creator, to see the possibilities, not what's ended, but what is about to begin. And because what is about to begin is infinite. I mean, like, anything can happen, you know, but think positively, because if you're in that victim space and you're always trying to project the worst case scenario, like trying to think, what if, do not get into that what if space, because what if it's amazing? It's not. You don't know what's going to happen. All you know is who you are right now and what's going on right now. So be a creator in this moment. Don't think, oh, woe is me. Oh, of course they left me. Everyone leaves me. No, that is not how to think. Think, I'm going to do better next time. I'm going to be a better version of myself. I'm excited for the opportunities that are going to come in, because I know they're going to be fabulous, because they can't be anything else. So yes, that was my little speech for tonight. So thank you so much. If you like these, like my videos, actually like tick the little thumbs up thing, because I know that I watch videos and I don't tick it, but I'm not doing this for me. Like, ticking the like isn't for me to go, I've got like 5 likes. This is because I mean, it would be nice if I'm not completely wasting my breath. And if like other people get the, if it helps other people, then that's what it's meant for, and that's why I want you to do it, because otherwise, like, no one sees it, do they? It just like goes into like the pile of crappy YouTube videos. So anyway, that's it. Thank you so much.